Hello fellow geeks and welcome to cityofgeek.com presents 100 Days of Horror. Today is day 1. Before we get into talking about the movie itself that we watched for the first day of 100 Days of Horror, just a brief explanation of what we're looking at. As the title would suggest, we're looking at the 100 days heading up to Halloween. The actual last day is October 30th because Halloween itself tends to be very busy for many people involved with City of Geek. And this way I can also put up the review for the movie the day after I watch it. So today is really day 2, but I'm putting up day 1's review. So on October 31st I'll put up the last review. And during the course of this 100 days we are looking at 100 horror films that we haven't seen. While it would be easy to watch things that we know and love a zillion times, it's fun to find that 100 that we haven't seen, both in classics such as the one we watched yesterday, or newer movies that are coming out, or things that slip through our fingers at various points. We're all big horror nuts. We've seen so many of the big things, so it's nice to see things that maybe I haven't caught, or things I've always wanted to see that I'm like, really, you haven't seen that? In this case, the first movie for yesterday, The Old Dark House from 1932, is something that I haven't seen before, but I really should have, because I'm a big fan of Universal Monsters and Boris Karloff and James Whale and everything. So this is a movie I really should have seen before now, but now streaming on Shudder. It came out and seen either, so we watched it together doing a live tweet. So you can check that out on our Twitter streams, both Kim at Seattle Screams or myself at City of Geek. Big surprise. Along with the various other people that watched it with us. I know now I'm getting into the movie itself. But before I get into that, just one final note on how I'm approaching this. I'm going to try and put up a video a day, make a challenge for myself to watch it. The next day put up a video. But this might not be feasible. I might have to just group these in like groups of 5 or 10, just do one dump with maybe a little information on the website over what I watched that particular day with like a really quick like Twitter write-up type thing. But follow us on Twitter with As We Watch. Go to the website cityofgeek.com to see any posting that we might be working on. Kim always makes it through every year. I'll admit I'm a little iffy on how well I've gone through these. This is my 3rd year trying. First time it took me to March to get to 100, and last year it took me to January. This year I'm trying to make a more decided effort to do it. But you can follow on there's a Facebook group dedicated to this, 100 Days of Horror. It's one with Leatherface going like that. So you can follow whoever else might be working out there outside of City of Geek, seeing what we're working, what everyone's watching. So check that out, cityofgeek.com, also Facebook at the 100 Days of Horror. I'll put a link down below in regards to that, and link various places in the site. James Whale's The Old Dark House, released in 1932, so a year after Frankenstein, but a couple years before Bride of Frankenstein. Is a Universal movie that I want to say it's a Universal monster movie, because there's no monsters. Everyone here is human, doing sassy human things and lots of potatoes. This makes sense when you're watching the movie. I have seen the 1963 version from William Castle, so I kind of came in expecting that. That one's a lot more comedic. This one's funny. But the remake is funnier with more of a plot. So The Old Dark House did take a little bit to get to where the actual plot's going, but I did enjoy everything that came up to it. I did complain in the live tweet, like, where's the inciting incident? What's going to happen? Eventually, in the last 15 minutes of the 72-minute long movie, we do have our plot. But the general setup is it's a really bad stormy night in Wales, and then various travelers show up at this house because it's the one light that they can see, so they go to it, including Gloria Stewart, the old woman for Titanic, Charles Loughton, and various other people. Stewart and Loughton are the big names of the people who are arriving, but there's about 5 other people that show up, and they arrive at this house that has this weird family in it, who's kind of keeping themselves of their secrets. They got locked doors with weird noises behind it, and of course they have Boris Karloff as the butler. He has this big scar, and he doesn't talk very well, but because he's Karloff, he does really well with just his physical notions. He hasn't been allowed to talk in a film yet after this Frankenstein. Eventually he will. In fact, the first time he's actually credited as himself was, and Frankenstein he was credited as a question mark. And what's funny is we were watching it, we were doing Rocky Horror references as the rain and people arriving, and then the sequence there, and it definitely is that sequence was something that had an effect on Richard O'Brien. Then he used it again, him and Jim Sharman, in the movie. It was really obvious what that was. So it was really cool seeing a film that referenced one of my most influential movies to me later on, and I love seeing what became tropes later in its original form. And it's very funny. It's very sassy, especially in Ernst Thesiger, who would later play Dr. Pretorius in a very campy way. He does almost the same thing here. We kept calling Dr. Pretorius in the movie because I remember his actual character name. We got him playing like almost the head of the household. He's presenting himself as the head. There's an older character and there's a different one. There's a couple other people around as they're like trying to bounce around what's happening. So stay downstairs, we'll have dinner, we'll have some potatoes, have some more potatoes. And he's throwing sass and he's doing this and everyone's so sassy. I know I keep using sass, but this movie hilariously campy. There's a lot of queer coding in the movie, as you see later with other James Whale movies. But even though it is generally plotless, we don't really have any threat or drive until the very end where it just runs to the conclusion. But the character interactions are really great. They're really well drawn characters. And this just came from a novel and a play that was now in its third form in the course of this film, kind of like Dracula and Frankenstein both did, from novel to play to movie. And it's very stagey in that way. You kind of feel this is a play that's been adapted. Boris Karloff is astounding, as he always is, really giving a lot of physicality to the mute butler that he's playing. I love the sister in the family. No beds. Or as Ernst Thesiger really steals the show for when he's there, then he kind of vanishes for a little while. Charles Alton is really fun to watch as a very soused character. Just tramping his way through everything. Porterhouse, I'm expecting to, cut him up like meatloaf and serve him. An intentional reference, I guess. So thank you for watching my blabbering on about The Old Dark House. Now I'm going to go downstairs and watch movie number 2, Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. So look for that review tomorrow. And thank you for watching 100 Days of Horror. Thank you for watching cityofgeek.com. Like, comment, subscribe, see what else is coming up with. And check out the website and the Facebook groups to find out what everyone else is working on. Hope you're joining along with us and look forward to seeing anything that you might be watching. Old Dark House is on Shudder, so you can watch it on there. It was lost for a very long time. Thanks to weird rights issues, and since there was the remake and something where the remake so they couldn't show it on TV to the 1990s, the print was lost, etc., and was eventually refound. So it's a fun movie. Watch it on Shudder with a couple drinks and friends. It's 72 minutes, so you can get there pretty quickly. And check out our Twitter stream. Everything else. Thanks.